Hey, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photo chats. So, I don't photograph weddings. My father used to say when I was a kid, just make baby photos. You're always trying to come up with something that's your own version of something. Just give them what they want. Do what they already want. Give them the most obvious thing. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. But I think I'm a wheel inventor or reinventor because I don't do things the regular way all the time. And I don't photograph weddings. To me, weddings are a two-person job. It's a long day. You need two people in two different places. It's a team that you need. Just like making motion pictures is not a one-person job. It takes a crew. It takes some people. Photographing a wedding is a more than one-person job. But I do make family portraits with a full studio at wedding receptions on digital cameras. I do pose people and make family photos. And I've done that at multiple weddings, and I really enjoy making those. And those photos, the family always gets the digitals, and sometimes they ask for the prints. And I try to stress making the prints. The older people usually want the prints, and the young people aren't sure what to do with them, but they may someday be glad they have something physical that they can have from their wedding of all the family that was there in a variety of family pictures. And then recently I've been adding Rolleiflex portraits to the digital shoot. I'll shoot some Rolleiflex portraits on black and white of wedding guests, the flower girl, the ring bearer, and people who are part of the wedding who look sharp and who I can pull aside. I've been doing some Rolleiflex portraits, and I love making those. And the question is, how do you get people to find out about what you do when you're not doing the regular kind? When you're not giving the ordinary? You could say my family portrait studio is a replacement for the photo booth, but that's not what people think of for a photo booth. They think of silly mustaches and wigs and funny little signs. And I don't do that. I create formal portraits that are really, elegant. People are all dressed up. I want to make them look their best. I bring lights. I bring a background. So now I want to do these Rolleiflex portraits. If I could only spend weekends doing Rolleiflex portraits for some of the weddings that are happening, I could have so much fun making those portraits. And the black and white film plus the elegant style that people bring to that would so well work to make beautiful portraits for their families. So what I've done is I've taken the wedding film portraits and the wedding family digital studio, and I combined it into one website called Wedding Day Portraits, because I want them to understand I photograph on their wedding day. It's not like you're hiring me to make photos outside of your wedding day. This is a wedding day operation. I come to your wedding, I either set up the studio and we make a series of family portraits, or I come to your wedding and I just roam around and I make black and white portraits like I do on the street. And or maybe we could do both. But the point is, it's a wedding day portrait service. And I want people to find out about that, and I want them to say, hey, that's available. I love your Rolleiflex portraits. Let's do them at my wedding with some of the guests. And so I made weddingdayportraits.com. If you know somebody getting married, this is a time for me to say, I'm a professional photographer in Colorado. I work for companies doing events and headshots and corporate work, but the wedding work that I want to do isn't wedding coverage. It's something separate. It's portraiture. And it's portraits at weddings on both film with the old black and white camera, digital with a studio and studio flash, and to be able to travel with it. I'll take it to New York. I'll take it to Los Angeles. I'll go to Chicago. I'll go to Seattle. I'll go wherever the client wants me. I just want to make that work. And it's something that's portable enough that I can take it anywhere. And as a commercial photographer, that's my business, is to travel for wherever I need to go. It can be local, but it doesn't have to be. So anyway, if you know of anybody getting married and you like my portrait work, send them to weddingdayportraits.com. All right, that's today's photography talk. Hey, if you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can support it, the Patreon. Thanks to all my supporters. I appreciate you. I'll be back next week. We'll be back talking more photography. As always, here's the good light.